What's a mandate? Like where two guys go out together to the movies or something?
No, everybody needs to wear them.
Wear what?
These masks.
Oh, okay. I thought you said a mandate. I figured a mandate's like two guys going out to the movies.
This is not going to be trickery. This is going to have to be some hardcore convincing.
When meeting someone,
A minute before midnight.
they have to have some sort of appeal. I have to be attracted to him. And then we also have to have a lot in common. I like those substantial, meaningful conversations.
Or maybe just because I'm gay, that might also play into the kind of weakness factor. You
Some
know.
of the mask mandates.
Which is really cool. That's 2 thumbs up. Can you help me or no? You won't help me unless I'm wearing an oxygen inhibitor? Oh. You got 2 of them on though, aren't you protected? But that's not the law, it's just the rules. Excuse me. A mandate is when 2 men go to the movies together. Alright.
Sounds like it's going to be one giant mess.
Feminine or flamboyant versus, masculine and straight.
Yeah, no, I understand the mixed messaging.
We're just hours away from the county's newest mask mandate.
This is coming out of Israel.
Peter Hotez now, he is the co-director of the Center for Vaccine Development at Texas Children's Hospital. Doctor, good evening to you. Some mayors say no, some governors say yes. Sounds like it's going to be one giant mess. But what do you say to people who suggest trusting the science?
Going back into the mask mandate.
Some of the first assumptions that people make about me
It goes both ways.
is that I'm weak,
I don't think that was their intent.
because maybe my frame is a little bit small.
If they do get asymptomatic infection, it's about 90% protective against asymptomatic infection.
You're 26 years old.
This is going to have to be some hardcore convincing.
For work, you are a graphic designer.
Whether the reversal on masking will hurt their bottom line.
Your cultural or ethnic background is Puerto Rican.
It goes both ways. Some of the mask mandates
From their nose and mouths. They're not shedding enough virus to transmit it to their kids.
If you tell people wear a mask because the virus is still out there, we wear a mask.
They're not shedding.
Mandates goes both ways. Now, the CDC says you don't have to anymore, but some governors say you still do.
Yeah, no, I understand the mixed messaging. Can get vaccinated. They're not shedding.
Some governors say you still do.
Here's the reason why they did it. They've seen the CDC did it because of a sharp decline in the number of cases. They're not shedding, and now anyone who wants to get vaccinated from their nose and mouth, shedding infection, can get vaccinated. This is going to have to be some hardcore convincing.
Now, the CDC says you don't have to anymore, but
Because I don't know who has and who hasn't been vaccinated.
or will those who don't want to just try and circumvent the system?
We're already starting to approach Israel-like numbers. Israel's sort of the paradigm for how we should be in terms of vaccination rates. And so that's what we have to work on to get people vaccinated.
I think it's an okay idea. I think the numbers are rising and we need to do it to protect. Plus, I have coworkers that are high-risk pregnancy, so we've been keeping them on anyways.
A minute before midnight.
This is not going to be trickery.
All right, be careful.
We don't have all those I's dotted and T's crossed yet. And now anyone who wants to get vaccinated, infection, shedding from their nose and mouth, can get vaccinated. This was, some people are saying this was sort of a sly way to get push the American people to getting vaccinated. Infection. We have an excess of science, and they're not shedding infection very much of vaccines. But that's likely the piece that's missing right now that needs to be communicated. And I think that'll give a lot of comfort to parents across the country. Of vaccines is coming out from their nose and mouths. But the other piece to this, Scott, is there's a new piece of science, virus. If they do get of Israel infection from their nose and mouths, they're not asymptomatic.
Sounds like it's going to be
shedding very much virus. They're not shedding from their nose and mouth. So even though they have asymptomatic infection, we think they're not actually transmitting the virus.
Some governors say yes. Sounds like it's going to be one giant mess.
And that's really important news and should give parents some comfort too. If they've been vaccinated, even if they're going out and about because they're not wearing masks and they get infected, they're not shedding enough virus to transmit it to their kids. But the other piece to this, Scott, is there's a new piece.
Some of the mask mandates.
Mandate for now.
Mandate.
Your name is Marcus, and this is your story.
New York officially lifting its mask and social distancing mandates for.
That is why LA County is bringing back the mandate.
This is not going to be trickery. This is going to have to be some hardcore convincing.
Some of the mask mandates.
Indoor mandate for now.
We're just hours away from the county's newest mandate.
Yeah, long way with a place now.
Mandates.
Indoor mask mandate for now.
Wait, whose place?
The guy I'm on Tinder, the hot one.
Mandates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while. We're actually going to meet in person finally.
All right, be careful.
All right, I'll see you in the valley. You know how it goes. Ready to go.
The bottom line is if you're vaccinated, you have more freedom.
351.
You're not ready to go inside without a mask. Why not?
351.
We're all thinking about that and what would cause the CDC to have to go back and ask people to wear masks. Mandates.
You're not ready to go inside without a mask. Why not?
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
We haven't had any issues. There might be like a few here and there that, will not come in. Like they'll just kind of like pop their head in and look around, but won't come in. But so far, everyone's been pretty good. We have not had any crazy issues.
Good, good.
We're going back into the mask mandate.
Yeah, are you set up for tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Of going that extra mile or going the extra step it takes to make sure that the spread of this virus is really contained.
Some of the mask mandates.
They're not shedding very much virus.
Indoor mask mandate for now.
Mandates will actually cause more people to get vaccinated.
Yeah, the CDC's intent, my understanding, was not to do that. Fortunately, is ideological. We're already starting to approach Israel-like numbers. Israel's sort of the paradigm for how we should be in terms of vaccination rates.
It's awesome. Things we're going back to normal.
The bottom line is if you're vaccinated, you have more freedom.
It's not a full return to normal. New Yorkers still need to wear a mask on public transit, nursing homes, and schools. So that state is keeping its indoor mask mandate for now.
People are on the honor system, and when you're on the honor system, you're not necessarily honest.
Still, despite a busier Times Square here, the pandemic's not over. Today,
we're just hours away from the county's newest mask mandate. Get ready to mask up LA.
Over the last week, LA County has reported an average of more than 1,000 new COVID cases a day. Today's tally is about 4 times greater than it was on the 4th of July and an 8-fold increase from a month ago. That has led to the return of the mask mandate.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Good, good.
Man, are you set up for tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Indoor mask mandate for now.
The bottom line is if you're vaccinated, you have more freedom.
One boutique owner says she kept the mask requirements in place even after the state and county lifted it.
I believe it's useless and nonsense. And also, I believe that we should have the freedom to be able to breathe fresh air.
And LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva says that his department will not enforce the mask mandate.
Mandates.
The mask mandate.
As you know, Los Angeles County has reinstituted its mask guidelines for indoor use. Is there a risk for confusion here or raising questions about the efficacy of the vaccines?
Well, I don't think it raises questions about the efficacy of the vaccines, but what I do think it does is show that there is a degree.
So I'm talking to 33rd degree Mason here.
But what I do think it does is show that there is a
33rd
degree, be that in Los Angeles or wherever, the local authorities do have the discretion. They do that by saying that everyone should wear a mask.
The mask mandate. The return of the mask mandate.
Mandate. Going back into the mask mandate. Mandate.
In public, you have to wear the mask.
According to who? What if they said in public you have to jump off a cliff?
They can jump off a cliff.
Yeah, you would too, huh?
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. If somebody was choking you, would you try to fight for your life, though? Try to take away your oxygen?
Are you saying because I said you should be wearing a mask, you have an issue?
You have the issue, not me.
No, I don't.
All right.
Because I'm thinking about other people.
So you're going to take away your own oxygen for other people?
I'm not taking away my oxygen. I can breathe.
Huh?
I can breathe.
Yeah, right. All right. Just keep restricting your oxygen. Wear 2 or 3 of them.
I don't need 2 or 3 of them.
Don't let what I do affect you.
The bottom line is if you're vaccinated, you have more freedom.